It's another wonderful week. I am Manija say and then so masan so share our gospel 101. My name is Evelyn Selassie and they are babedi nkomo. Nkomo na ye babedi no ade most of time see but yemfa ya adwen enko ho bebre. It is about the mental health of musicians. There who was screens no and one no na say a lot goes on behind the scene. And there ye be share na ye di ehun nkomo nyina. Answer na me introduce my guest no. Ye be kwa share one music video from Bishop Sam Asaribedi Akon and Dr. Nathaniel AJ. The song entitled Ye Wonyame. Ye ba me introduce my guest na ya shenko modidi no ase. Me nko baby a ye ba sisia. That was say Emma Wakwaba and they be more afa mental health of musicians. Said Amidi Kai Ekayeno. In the studio here with me, I am Mr. Ajiman, the Secretary for Musica. Our science so music composer. Joining us on Zoom, sister Portia Ameyao. Our Dallas Fort Worth Ghanaian SDA Church, Iowa, US. Or BA in psychology and the honor obeboye it was psychology aspects no. Into we say for me mama kwaba.
Yeah, na.
You did say nyanko adum yen na ye ho ye.
Madam
Portia pacho to menka.
Achani.
You me mama kwaba bebre.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yes, shanko mo hwehwe na se no. Maybe say ka say mental health what comes into mind? And sana ya beshe for musicians. Mr. Ajma, what do you beshe say?
Yo, say you come mental health. Say senior mental name say adwene mu asem na yeka. Say adwene wo ho nneema bebre ene di asi ewo mu. Enti say onipa adwene mu beda ho na watimi adwene yie wo abrabom na kwani abadie mu a wodie ne nsem a oka. Emu beda ho nti ase bebem ne relationship oni nipa entem nkita hudie ni nyina beko pepepe se ne yese no ese onya adwena emuda ho. That's the mental health. That's adwene no e wa ahoden se ne nyame abose ye ni nipa be nante asase so aboye bra no na adwene mu da ho sa.
Okay, for music there no e kan ma me preko.
Enti yeah, the bar music when I say we are talking about musicians. We say musicians yenso so enam adwuma ye nti ye fa eniema bebre mu sene nipa hu ye abonten no e bi afie nya sa adete enti adwuma no sene esitie nti wo be hia ensem binum ene niema bebre na eno so wo nsunsanso e wo wadwen so kwa adwen no so na wo de esai adwum no se se adwen no ye adwuma bebre nti se niema bebre wo anhu sene abefa so a wo betoto niema e ma wotumi nya adwen mu hawo nti better say the stress, anxiety, and depression musicians ekum adwene mu ntaataodie ne ɔhaw a adwendwena musicians anaa adwomtofoɔ yɛfa mu no ho asɛm na yɛreka.
Okay, so coming to you, Madam Portia, do you think most of the times we often misunderstand what musicians go on behind the scenes? And I say, lay people, no, they are
Very true. Thank you very much. I'll say that when it comes to mental health in general, in our specific Ghanaian culture, we missed a lot of that. When it comes to mental, we saw a lot of things into spiritual aspect of things. But so it's the same thing that applies to musicians in general, because in some way, music will be a stress and I will be raho, will be any aje, will be something is bothering them. They go and listen to music to let them calm down. Will be home herana na se bibisana, okoti enyum na se akomana bafum. Inti nipa na all born your mama weti no, on also go through the same thing to know. Say ore ho na okoti enyum wenijia. So never So it's one of those kind of things that since they are the one producing, we oftentimes assume say it's so no nyom nema mani ji anything ebi ono de oni areho and as one go through struggles.
Right, okay, yeah, that's it. It's coming back to you, Mr. Ajimano. Yes, even we as humans, grandpa, maybe and so we rejection one way or the other comes in. And to musicians, no, do you think so when they go through rejection as NASA critics it helps build their self-esteem?
No, because I say a phenomenon.
Okay.
You want no positive side near ye, and you want negative side dear enye.
Okay.
Say, Sanya, ye king. You won't say. Ujina stage wa dress kama or to dwom ohuri na ni age na so fie ofiri ba no ezan se de bi ehunu stage nti yenim nia ekoso yehunu se nia yehunu no saa na brabo nyina etie na eti se obi to dwom titu ensem a oka no na se oyemfunsuo bi a se nia nipa esi esom eka no na etimi ma na hoɔden a ɔde yɛ adwuma no nyinaa ɛbrase na sɛ nipa no so ɔwɔ akoma a emu edu na otimi fa saa criticism na sɛ yɛbɔ n'akyi na yɛka n'anim no otimi tie na so pɛm a etimi boa ne siesie ne career na sɛ ne nnwomto adwumadie no a wafa ato ne ho so no ebi sɛ esi deɛ otwa sa no onim sɛ n'akyi akyea nti sɛ wo yɛ adeɛ bi a wako cancel bi wako ma comment bi na obi tie na ye ka ho asɛm a wotie na so pam na wo yɛ nsiesie a etumi boa ɛma wotumi ɛyɛ adwuma no yie ma adwuma no etumi kɔ na on the other hand sɛ ankoba ne saa na sɛ nipa no enya ɛkɔ so deep na etumi enya na adwene mu nsunsuan so a ɛno so tumi ma na ɛbrɛ na se ɛwɔ na adwuma o yɛ no.
Okay. Right. So coming back to you, Portia, being a psychologist, though, can you take it from that end for us?
I do have to say that I'm not licensed yet, so most of the things are not medical thing yet. But in the psychological aspect of it, and I see it, I say rejection in general, it has two different results. Either say a bit body panana a building and I say be breaking it down. And part of it sometimes goes into nipa crown way. Obi to do be a tema obi fan so be a nipa no shed and pemasem. And I say near ever kind of who say be a then I may in a manya day. Manya ni na all kind of my day. But in some way too. On psychological aspect of things, when it comes to rejection, the way it builds our self-esteem, it's very important when it comes to child development. So the way the child was built up or the way the person grew up, the environment that they grew up, the certain ways they did, I would say personally, in our Ghanaian culture, I want to say it kind of helps us a lot when it comes to it's not a good thing, but it helps us in a way of kind of building a little bit of self-esteem. It does a lot of damage, but it also build up a little bit because okay, yeah, dear, if you know if you're crying out, one of them be send you be no. At the corner, that's a when you be man, that's obey. But so when it comes to that, you go through the tough things. Me crown person yes is me with you know. Nini pakrone kind of like it's nothing compared to what I've already kind of went through. But sometimes some people too, when that happen, now it goes to oh me crown po. Yes, share me what I say. If you minya and I say me mama and I me papa share me and I mean about person because ideally your family is supposed to be your biggest supporting team. Yeah, and if you and I say me to you more if you know my day or my say me na me nkwa bontin na my day makwa kwato but obi so ho no my goes in a way oh me to no if you almost say me no almost say me no my day makwa practice more makwa kwaye akosua de ni ye makosua say na me bo we ntin me kwa bontin minim say my day my prepare me home say no almost say me no abo me my day asua say ade ni me na me day me ni ye it it does good and it does bad, but it really kind of comes to the person who is experiencing it, how they take it in a different perspective of how they experience that rejection.
And I think how the people also say it too, and also because once they be on my and can't account, but to be on my it's too much. And I
say Tina me can say one say if let me read something from here. A constructive criticism highlights weaknesses in musicians' performance, songwriting, production, providing valuable insight to refine their skills and knowledge.
Okay.
And so if my yedwum bi o wafre agimai matewo dwum no eye kama pa na mmom ahanum ade bi o honum a ka wo ye ni sei a nka beboa. Then you encourage me said ye ebe ya meye nu yie na wan kan sa na ka se bi se be nwumfo be na wo de abeto abonten sa no person kire sei then na which say what musician no cry enti ba ni nyina mu no I will encourage our musicians say yenya akoma I the beji will be because of the person na say what about rejection can prompt musicians to reevaluate their approach, learn new skills so that they can improve, especially on their communication to their wider audience. And so there be one who say, even on stage, when you go on stage, say ultimate share reaction audience in a dema, a be no approach at that particular point in a papa. Then you readjust yourself. Now what to me a ye abwa ma fe was a china or more so. Now it me boost to more. Na me ka say e wo both but they were ombe canon de way also be see agye no no anhwe yi a it will influence din nyina will influence wo mental health no eso
sure enti ebusuafo ya mo nka but ya mo susu nka and on your person ye ka kire wo no all right enti moving on no yen share musician who wants to stay relevant in the music industry. Can you say it would have an impact on the mental health on person who betray all the time? No person will upgrade now stay up to date.
And when idea ba ko a mfa say eku adwumtofo pa fizi obi a pese ye de bia no owoso
sure
ye tini din ye boni din na ubere say wonku a wo ya ade a emfa especially those who are coming up. If you are not careful, you can never come up. If you say, "Oh, faha," now you say, "Also, pray," saying that to you be na you wo in so power what so.
I see.
Obedrin sa because say another the career or person ye. Now it's not something that you work with your CV to someone say, "Fame juma muna." Most of the musicians are not picked based on their CV, their qualification, especially on their side of the world. A talent now one and our person the babontino obi so mu na etumi konanim. Na ne woman won to me nyamanim pua de bia oda won na aye wo so adwendwene. Especially when you are being faced with double career. double career and they say can me pay music pa. I want to do music. Na if you so twon di adwuma na pesa wo koye adwuma wo se nwom. So you don't have the full time to commit your energy into that place, but you want to do that. Enti abibia na one your divided attention. Oko akakra na wakoso a untumi mfa wo ho nyina nhyem na akwebi ewo nsunsun so kese pa. Ewo ya dwene so.
Ewo ya dwene so. Okay. Enti Portia, yenhwe burnout. I know some Mr. Ajman more experienced that a lot.
Yeah.
Most of the times because of acquaintance and yema no. At what point a musician be bet me who say or experiences are I bet me affecting the mental health.
So when it comes to burnout, I would say when the music, I think it's two different ways. I think Mr. Juma just said a little bit about that. Some people, you know, Juma or a nurse or a doctor or engineer, but music is something they like doing on the side. And you know, for somebody like that, you know, I would say music is even more of the way for them to relax. But if music is your sole purpose and career, that's all you're doing. In almost some cases, your main source of income. When it gets to a point that, and you're adena way, and I said, when in your home be like one pa and kauti piano who buffer 10-6 hours, but you said yeah, like you don't even want to see any even who black and white I call it so I say that's when I feel like in some way becoming okay, maybe this is getting to a point that you need to kind of step back or find a different avenue of things to help you out because you're starting to burn out. Or it comes to, or it might not just be say you don't want to do it anymore, but the way I need you not you know. So sometimes it's not the fact that you're still doing it, or you're still playing, but who says first is any home car nowadays, you know, it's not the same anymore. That can in some way initiate that okay, I then away, you know. I need Jenny year film and as a home count day and a year film, and that's a good sign for you to pay attention to it. If there's nothing going on, let's say because also life experiences can let us go into those sentabia or be a woo and I say be something tragic have happened in your life. Bibia sense nothing accident BNC nothing meant even a physical illness and I say bibi sensi or bravo man I say one of your loved one mommy and papa also be enyare it's affecting your mental health by just by yourself when you're feeling say you're starting to get that okay I don't want to do this anymore and I say I did we cry what is the point and you me I may bring me who I try about out and I say album yeah my person me lunch you know people will cry hey, what is the point of it, you know? Send a first not go energy. Oh, maybe I born a band. I say may drop a new single. No, like it's not the same anymore. You don't see the point. You don't see the need. The ministry you're doing. No, then I think that's when you need to start seeking for help or just kind of take a step back on what you're doing. Say, okay. Affect me and I say and sometimes the root cause of it it's there so it's just a matter of finding out okay dainty narcissist say I me dainty see was it obi a mene ne koto nyuma na say rejection bi a minya ya na say we ya anko ya na say ne di kan ka earlier no say ne papa yi si ka che me say menyumi a me to ne me da ekoye ntina ama say dem me say ne me nye biem kra na say what is it that is happening that is making me feel this way.
Right, thank you so much. Ewusia nkomo chiche na ye nika ayede nanso e wo say ye short break eba sisi a yenko music break embra ye ba ye beto aso.
Oh, me my Zion. Onyankopon asim ni.
Cemetery yeso na beni yeso sabura. Ameso mama me mai Jerusalem we mutie.
Me maye.
Tumi kanchichi murano so.
Untumi kanchichi. Ah.
Yakobi homa. Odimini kantama mumpe.
Kanko
Tumi kanchichi murano so. Jerusalem sembe use. Achini ni Yakobi homa. Odimini kantama mumka. Jerusalem afaso so wenfuwe. Sawada nyani.
Sawada nyani yo. Sawada nyani.
Jerusalem afaso so wenfuwe. Fanjeni sawada nyane Jerusalem afaso so renfue sawada nyane ani fi udaya usun Owenfo obeson daya kosi da benia Nokronfo mewi ano sawada nyane o na uraribo Jerusalem afaso so renfue sawada nyane ani fi udaya usun Owenfo obeson daya kosi da beni Nokronfo mewi ano sawada nyane o na uraribo Wom so me ya manfu Mama ya gba hwetena nso awrade na show me yibose
Welcome back, Ebusia. Yet, so I am come so on mental health of musicians. Into message man, me say about so no. Yeah, besha bibi about loneliness when it comes to musicians, which I know say or more ma sinya kweni momoto njumo bi atekra. They still experience that. But coming to you personally, what cause situation in Bida?
Me dear, no question mean to make us say maybe at the early stage.
Okay.
Before I got married, as an maybe worried, and dear, it may basa. To Francasano because of your profession, The donor and penny pemu bebre because always you need some silence be a bemo to me a reason na fe wake kan sama boom na watim di anwene adwom no amano aba ti no wo ho however say yehu say bebre nsu wo perception say na we kura me kɔ ne nkyɛn minister hotel so hu say wo gina pen bi a on to me email
sure
unless it be our nan for no more oni o na won so e bia ne tory na ye kan wo sorry a wo de nwom no a wo ko studio no aba wo ko programs no aba nti de bia no you are on the road nti e basa no a na wo ne afofra yonkofa no na ayi bibi o say especially say ko gospel musicians most of them because we say mefa no more secular they have time to go to places omudia na mfuko tenase onbeno bi aye but onso ye Kristo ni wotodwuma wo bo Nyankopon ho dawuro Yesu nti wo be den wetima kotena ba bi sa
bia etsa sorry program
nti eno de bebre na efesi sa ade no na adwuntofo bebre nso e wo hawo omo hawo no teach when it comes to relationship sina ne ye kan se wuti ankoye no ankunya oba obete wase a de bia no okọ oba nso a no kwasam ba kon se tre bia ne ekura a wode ba no enye enough eno nso ma adwunumu haw no bi eto bi kwa wawie program no sika ye de ama wo no kwan abefa so kura wo be settle won crofo na wo mudi wachi no eno ne ye first na so obetima adwene sa na sika de ama mi mema we say na afa wo wi a de wodi ba fie bi akoshem bi 2 weeks akọ crusade na nika
say wo be de
wo be unim say wife wo yiri nim say
be ye kwan kakra
wo bedru ye so a usika no fia bi how de be chere na de to so bi onso so sene America no sene wo gina stage no obi abu say we is kenny. In today you have to be forced to dress very well.
Yeah.
Kwaya be first so obenya shoe papa.
Obenya
ata de papa ahye. Na yehu ayakasa asuma sinie bi. Because obuntu me perform e wa abonten a stage a sebi me shoe eto achiachia.
And ya asem kra ye beka.
Wo ana me try na say ya te ho baabi. Na always you have to look sharp. Ana profession it go gidi pem. Nti ekobasa na se wunya resource no to do sa na ma we nyina afede bia na adwendwen edawso wan hwe ye kura de bia wo mpese obehia ni pakura na wadi nkɔmmɔ nti ɛno nso yɛ adeɛ a ɛyɛ affect adwontofoɔ yie paa.
Right, okay. And to Portia, I'll be no bet me aka say sanya my way depression. How mo pa? Yeah, funny saying.
Absolutely. I think say in that Jacka, it comes to being able to have people around you, support group. Like who entertains them. Now better on you, like he say, went to me my stage and dresses salad biala. But when out to audience in maybe I sorry I no pasha no idea, but I'll be telling you saying nobody's checking you, right? And so ono so de obegyina na okay ne pabo na ye kaka even kala no kra ne belt no nkona asa na ebesi asere no so nyum no okoye na nigio. And so the way we'll talk about it. And so I think it all comes to our support group, our support, having a stable support, because I would say entertainment, not even just musician, entertainment industry in general, since you are entertaining people, having somebody or having a support for yourself is very important. And I think he had mentioned a little bit, say, loneliness, and it wasn't maybe at the early stage or worry any day. So that also comes into it. And depending on where the person is in his career, sometimes even being able to marry might be a different thing, because in our culture and as a man, you are doing all the necessary best kind of so Emma. And at the same nowadays, the way weddings and marriage and the standards are, maybe family no kaka say na musician ya ko where you need the obeti ma held there. They are not worried about the ministry and the support you would give to the bear man. They are worried about how he would take care of you, which they are not wrong. Be a papa be a say ne baba be ne baba ko na simba juno. I think yes, it definitely affects them, and depression and all that. And sometimes it's just hard for them to say it, not only because they're a musician, but sometimes it's just in our culture in general. Personally, I would say one of the reasons why I'm very so into psychology, or have a passion for it, is the fact that in our culture, I see that when it comes to mental health, we have a lot of concern there, but we don't talk about it, or it's not even the first thing you're worried about how
aka Portia say because of the way the way the profession is, say ubia bu kwansu kubiso because of the perception. Now we are doing to so what's bontia na I don't say asem foforo. And the way are so we will be shia now the problem to the nim krana. People feel like big when they have done something for a very popular musician. So for instance, now no cry say Michelle Marco, na come the clothes, calculate better than the crano, people crana.
And transport.
Transport man the fuck. Oh, no Michelle Mr. Ajimai. I'm going to go for me na mo cry and say I'm kromu ni. Na me cry na ho chire no. Na me man you say because people want to associate themselves with famous people, celebrities. Nti adia kitikiti bi obeya ama wo no
enye bibia
no obema ni pa nyina te se ma ye bibi we ama asomesi na ko basa nso a ena edi eninguasie bi ferie bi ato musician no so nti wonu se ye adwuma yi so se na ye kam de bia pressure da so nye de bia na wonkosan bosome akatua nti there are certain periods wobetimi atena fie kra na bia wonfa anwom ma abonten wonko program nti na bia ho kira kakra da wan na wokɔ ka kire no wo ka kire na kyena wo beduru ba bi se asomesi nti na de ben se wo de be hye wo na watena ba bi se na be ya wo din kɔda abonten na se bia wa you lonely afei nti tura bi kra wo na oyire kra na tifie no man so na wo dwene because wo ni boafo wo kɔ ka e be kɔ akɔda abonten eniti wenum nyina ka bi na di adwene mu how etim to adwonto force na de bia ye adwonto
na depression na
abesim
na wankasa no wait wako depression mu so that at a point
minim dey say na depression there I don't know how but me so ma fa how mu sa be pen na me cheche no first na ɛtwerɛ bi anam sɛ metumi dwene sɛ God has given me so many talent when it comes to music. What you say?
Yeah.
Because I compose, I record, I do the production, I have my own recording studio. I'm BBBA. But me catch you said the last time my album Babon was 2008.
Wow.
Because me niyama bebre, me adwuma we, I've been a banker, I'm an account officer, I'm an administrator, I'm an engineer. Still me adwuma studio, I work on people's work. Na me timi dwene say na me so krade ade na ha me so me krade for so many years me ntumi mfa adwuma mai. People also ask then me timi do me da me na me pese me ye bibi nso me ntumi. Ni nyina timi di depression.
Sure.
Emma I remember when I was working as a bank manager. Now at the same time, me kobo band ewo na mo techima me kobo band wo chira.
Okay.
So I left the office with my band. We were playing, and that is when I was there. Then my accountant called. Omo friend me many manager many director about. Then I have to put the guitar down. Drove speedily from Chira obi onimi Chira to Techima. So many cabs. At the banners in a beya. Mesani anami ni baby. So to the beer, once a program about. As I sit here, there's a program I need to go. Na bibi fufuro bi so sa wo esame ye. Ni nyina nso hia na fe at the depression, at the stress. Na abeto so da wonder. So it happens. It happens pa niema bebre.
Okay. Portia, I know we've said a lot about it, but touch on a few things about depression. No, the other bano signs ni bi ayede yehu no.
So depression, actually it's two things. Some people it's kind of missing kind of honest because it's a chemical imbalance kind of thing. But it also affects everybody. Obi wo hono ma abontin de obey the day obestre and all that. Okodru fia and asa nyumre no na osunkwa. Like it's just one of those. Some people are just highly function depressed. People are highly function. They no like ne kama nti she cry say bia they're depressed and asa but obedru fia and asa by yourself. That some people are Ebia nipa na nyese bia obafie ono nko a obafie bia na yere ho ne kunu ho and all that, but still they're experiencing this down energy and all that. And as some people be so honoma, I think sometimes those people high function for no, it's hard to help them or to notice it. And you say bia na beka say oh nya me ko fie su nko na mi su, you won't be able to know. But then there are some people that it's easier for us to notice because you won't say, Tambia, but on your money, the first one off of Mike by nine saying, dear, I just say, oh, yeah, say, or think jazz or nim set program, be crown per costo. When you say, I don't want coral is unkwana, you the kind where then, Opejanum, so and I say, on our man, so by a bedroom babina said, on the cry, baby. Otinipamu zu ase yenhu se otinipamu na drain number bi kra the way we do things na de na ye beba obi a oba setere bia obi obeba bia nim se sister we dey na bra we dey program aye by dey so no be si address no we na team say yes program no address according to pa now so na say dey say enye say bia address basa na say bia about him say no see ye no abafo ni pa kwa na see ye no abafo mtino. I think those are the signs to notice some people. And then I would say part of it is sometimes back again to our culture. I love our culture. But I would say back again to it and because of sometimes how it's getting better for sure. I have to say that it's getting better. We are even this program even tells me that it's getting better. But so even talk about mental health and it's getting better. Sure. But because of that, we're not able to say it out loud instead because then you tweak us and I can't dream how catch your business here. So I have a mental issue. I say, oh, I dream we are and all of a sudden and then you never feel.
Sure.
And when never feels, oh, when I buy when I dream how and I sister and I dream how. But that doesn't encourage people to, seek out for help. And I think it it's a matter of being able to be self-aware, and us to also be, it comes back to accountability and also having people to support you, because especially for our people who are very high functioning, say, and yes, on the baby catch sometimes it's hard to notice, say, Brian and our sister, they are going through things. If it's my year and I send the cry on it that tobacco or granting me who say, be a me, they are going through depression because they are doing everything normal. But then the moments now they are by themselves, and that's when they are crying or they're just thinking too much and stuff like that.
Right. Thank you so much. Mr. Ajimanti, Miss Science, where about so no? We know it's a depression in your bebree microphone ye niema, especially more out there bebree no. So what are some of the coping mechanisms? Our Becca say unhealthy. More musicians you tend to when you are going through this mental health issues, no?
Okay, so generally no name say obia eko adwimuhamu sa o ade bia opese oya ebema sa adwimuha no akofem nti etesi me kan in generally nye woni a woye okwa asore anyone make for general musicians obo no fi say no adwen no ayehye do nti so okope bibi no obom kakra so because obom out ase nti ofi se bia so onya bibi bom a anonya bibi hwia ebema na dwene mu how no abafem
no ko shebites because
biso a ofi se eso onya bibi num na ultimate atene hot so obi nso so fi se bia ene obepe movie bi ana bibi obeya ebema na tension no atumi afiri niema ha no so nti bo nse at the end of the day no na asay ni pan life minimum bi am yonko bi ono nya me yonko say din komo but minim fellow musician na oye gospel musician sa o how ni sanimenti wanom nsa sa ama wasay ebi kura anom nsa awu because of he said your person odru hu no ntumi. In fact, being a musician, especially when you are a leader, we have so many musicians. Could be a guitarist, keyboardist, be out or a backer, but when it comes to those of us who are leaders, it's so serious. For instance, my Koji band, my arrangement in every a big cry a mommy, Sikanubi. I feel do so over qua. Ade becha mo akona organize afrem bra Kofi program no ntumi nko na manya issue bi nti we dia mesremo amenko won so wakobo bi ka obi ayie and obi program na bia wo baka baako wani da no so guitarist bass guitarist drama osemenko eno nko ano se wanhwe yi a ebetumi ama wadwene no because hear the den ubeka che nipa the same but ade ba ko say tia say always we should be positive and also have plan B nti me say minim say sa ade we eta ha me nti me before me magic program no nti say we are amfa ha we are ankwa menya we de nako nti en ha me and see e pe bibia yede eya adwum to fo bebre no so mo life no mo de yanwum etimi mi say bibi ha me sa me de ba adwum djubon say me compose dwum no wie na me tia na fe asama me arechichi na bomodin say obeka se nipa ho se na yes apostle kan ensin o mo guru tipen nti me oba industry no ma me won krofo a mo so ye musician a me ne won ebo ese me wo ha mu a metima afre won de o mo ye me yonko nti ontumi ngu mani mu ase ono so nya hawa ofre me nti ya ateka nti ye hu se ye ne ye ho no ebedi nkomo na ade bi a ha ye no yetumi a resolve no intentem so ha na etumi aboa yi saa wo ha no bi afiri
Free
hɔ
ho.
na yɛ wahokafoɔ ne nnuanom ne ade no nso yɛntaa ne wɔn ni nkɔmmɔ mfa yɛ haw
Okay.
na atumi aboa ma ɔmo nso so yɛne wɔn ahyɛ yɛsi problem share have solved na aboa ma nneɛma nyinaa atumi awie mu di.
But yes, I saw she say when you are going through some of these mental issues, maybe mu say yeah if we wa drain them out to me etro paa.
yɛyɛ na meka no wo sɛ me se nnipa bebree hɔ nom a ɛyɛ abrabɔ mu nsɛm ne yɛde twerɛ no
Sure.
sɛ wokɔ haw mu a ɛna wotumi twerɛ dwom a ɛka akoma
Okay.
ɛnti na meka sɛ saa nneɛma wei a ɛsisi no nyinaa bebree no wɔ ad ne positive side because wonni experience wɔ abrabɔ mu a wobɛdɛn na woatwerɛ dwom ama no aka akoma nti nnwom bebree wɔ hɔ nom a ɛba abɔnten a wobɛkɔm no wo ne musician no bɛdi nkɔmmɔ no na ɛyɛ n'abrabɔ mu ɔhaw bi ɔyɛ dɛn ɔkɔɔ mu ɛna ɛtumi boa no nti ɔde nnwom no ba ɛyɛ practical.
Okay.
So when people hear it na obiara yɛ dɛn ɛdi akyire nti ɛtumi boa ɛma ɛtumi na mmom no sɛ wobɛnya adwuma haw na woka sɛ wokɔ akɔwe ntampe deɛ wokɔ we ntampe a ɛno deɛ ɛbɛsɛ wo nipadua no
Okay.
na ɛbɛsɛ adwe bɛduru baabi na wontumi immediately na ɛbɛma woanya ahoɔden bi a de bɛbɛde akyire no woadwene no bɛkɔ fam koraa wontumi ɛnyɛ productive bio.
Oh, yeah, that's it, pa. And to push out Miss Simon, change your rapper, pa, no. What ways now bet me I say when it comes to our faith, our community, our culture, they can support the mental health of musicians. I be boy, pa.
I think the best thing is noticing that or admitting that there is mental health. I think the first step of any problem is admitting there is a problem. You know, if you realize to say musicians and they almost go through a hauma, it's definitely solve. I'll say half of the problem, because me would say. Send you see and that's all bars or send you see to you when you was stage me call concert na se for na nyesa na bra what see the biada and I just watch church you move be to the bia don't say the bia na sika no ba na se for na obi su be boa o keto abi na bi cramp na usika no twia yo na ka kire one cd bi na bi or the source so no be see akoka na say
adem na be say okay one na maboa one person ni
wetin that me you know it's one of those things and I think say once we get that but first of all I think it comes to when it comes to once you notice as a musician because part of it is also personally you have to take the initiative for yourself. One is open wayaresa. Intino sene oyafunu ya na ti oya obeko hospital. That same way if you're new say okay sene na ma adwen si kona na sene mi si ya menwoma me ankasa enko yi na se mani nye ho. Intino you need to take a step towards that. If that is going to therapy, talking to a loved one sene that can onu kuno ye o ma me no papa no mofia oni o mo bekasa people in the industry yourself and not even people in the industry because and the fact that you're a musician doesn't mean say assembly about music. It thought be a personal, a family, a friendship, a relationship. Assembly so find the right person for relations. A relationship where it will affect the music now way finding a counselor, all of those things, I think that it's definitely better than trying to try substance. Say no bibi and I say bibi definitely finding the right and healthy way. But I think the most important part is noticing the problem because bimi who says this say no see no money ko ye na me beka chere when I say oh bibi a ha me na wa sheda na say yeah. It doesn't help anybody. If yourself you are willing to accept say me and say na baboni sika na say na me see me no me say bia me twa nyom de say de depression na me go try na say how na I see my brabo ebo me ma me twa nyom be 3 na say 4 but that doesn't mean say I need to stay in that situation. Is then no munsana so ye bibi be bo mo anya energy for the meantime to do something the same way or how no a bit ma boa ma watcher nyum no I ready nyum no all right or they are born about but still now the problem need to be solved and to say oh I myself na enkoya, you still need to, go see a counselor and all that, talk about it. Say mental health now, need to go talk to a counselor and even to the point of even taking medication to help you out that, you need to take care of that because the fact that it's helping or in a positive way, it's impacting you in a positive way, doesn't mean that you need to stick with the problem. You need to solve the problem at one point because at one point or at a certain point, that positive impact it's having is going to end. And that's when you're just kind of stuck with it. And at this point, it's like you need to take care of it. So even if it's helping in a positive way, you still need to take care of it.
No, thank you. Mr. Ajimaya, this year, no, Mami, this way, especially going to your young ones, no mobile out, no. Nim so mono nom niema be bring the name of say I want to kill stage fear. Sign coffee then I'll be catch mo.
And I make a very wrong. And no, that's a one year natural, a very artificial. It will be do stage beer. So when you beer, obey any day. I never question what I say. Music is a profession. Now you need to learn it.
Okay.
It's a usia.
Okay.
Dodo na mehu na ye ba no. Bebre no tumi nkasa me ikodi musician pani bi achi. Na masua sene a adwuma no tie. Na matumi aye bi.
Neno na ye ferry ana say.
Minimum di kodi enti because of the social media. Okay. Somebody can just stay on the YouTube no say me sua guitar. Me sua keyboard, me sua engineering.
Yeah.
But in those days I saw okodi obi achi. And na be mu wanya the practical experience. How I yard no. So it is a when you be in Siano and didn't nase na fiti I remember na sia daddy lumba efri mu nyame erade fa ne kransie yi. Ofori amponsa be di adanse here.
Okay.
Bi wo ni interview bi mu. And no say bra ope abonten aba no. Otwa lumba fie kwan so tim kotra ne kwan no saa se lumba be hu ne mobo. Ampa onya chance de ne demo man. Lumba tie you know say this guy is good.
Okay.
Meboa oje ye no it took about 5 years to 6 years and sana lumba edin over out.
Wow.
Timbe yo for amponsa. Adwuma no trade. There are so many things. You need to learn how to manage yourself. And if I now be free no akohi. And I make there's a young musicians na eba no. Walk to musical office.
Okay.
When you come there, you will kwanya ebe fa so ebe kire ebe boa wo. Amu hu baabi a wode wodwom no a wode eba no befa. Ebe boa mu atumi adru baabi.
Sure.
Men koye no bone nka se no na ebe ma wo. Eno de just a fantasy.
I see.
It doesn't help you. Nemom pani bi.
Okay.
Na didi na se me see so no na me bo guitar dada. Na me started say me bo guitar me shia che ba fo e wo baabi. Ona woni me group no so buy. But I saw that man say owo potential bi mitumi nya bi ebeboa me. So I followed him. Na me ne no ye ko baabi o kwa no afrem agima ibra na me kuta guitar. Ni ye na me sua kwan o fa so compose dwom.
Okay.
Na me so me de bi aka me de no. So what you say enti pe obi di nachi.
Right.
Bisa musical office oba ye wo ho.
Na e pese ye ba ye be fine fa.
What's about musical office? Musical office there. I was just behind Accra main post office.
Okay.
Main post office building. No. Yeah, when the chi abrosa kese. Yeah, was see who nyina. Open so I'm the general secretary. Let me give me number.
And the phone number tuja.
Okay, so my number is 0244 799 314. 0244 799 314. Bibia opese ohun fa music ne ho ba bia wo be fa fe na waye demo wunya nye wa twere nwom wo fie he fa na ade be fa bra ye be kire wo se fa ha ye sei ye di sei na wo susu watimi aba be ye dwumtini kese
ye da si ye pa minim se ye nyina ye betu sa na mo no na bibia aye kama posha odi ye sikra no na me bisa o se so bi wo feel or sharing or your musician and as on yempo now going through mental health crisis sa nipa no silently bibia o going through no then na obeka say on to minya ne kakranka beboa no.
First of all, I want to say that you're not alone. Yɛn nyinaa, we go through mental health and stuff. And one of actually the greatest thing is when as a psychologist or to become a psychologist, the first thing is to also get a psychologist yourself. Do every psychologist have a psychologist who is somebody they can talk to and stuff. So my first thing is you're not alone. But when it comes to musical, I think that's one of the best thing Mr. Jamaica, mentorship, because hard work beats talent every single time. No matter saying Yakupon a day adumacha de na mao, yeah, it comes so easily and then I say for, but you still need mentorship. And tina you go school no. Going to school and stuff is good too, but school no so ko we cry say be nanya experience, be clinicals, be residency, be way. And just a book mu de na wakosia, and sound engineer, say na can you back studio hona no betro say, say book no say left to say by oh yeah nyumu ya ukọ left na anya de emma nko yie by one must studio hɔ na wankyerɛ wa wonye de nti no wo de ane so book no sisi nti makɔtɔ bi ma ɔda ayi me debem board aba fie me so me ba bɛyɛ me music a enko yie nti no my not to just musician, but when it comes to mental health, I want to say that it's something that is real. It just like say it'll be our diabetes, it'll be pressure, it'll be NI and then as for and all of that, mental health affect and mental is very important. I would say affects every single part of our body because sometimes we'll be stressed too much and something about anxiety. I'm all for baby. Anxiety, some people hold it in their guts. I know said for me that's one thing. So I say be so I'm getting anxious about something. All of a sudden I just realized that Satali I say because my year me say at the corner percent anxiety na ɛkɔ so na asɛm na ɛkɔ so around me no mepɛ sɛ mia ɛkɔ me yam for some way bi that's how our physical body react to it into the mental aspect yes ɛwɔ adwene mu deɛ but it affects our body physically into my message is that you're not alone. Seek help, and if you don't know how, just by asking how. One thing or important thing or amazing thing about our brain is that even if you don't know answer to a question or you don't even know the question to ask that, just ask your brain. It will actually try to give you questions to ask and just being able to go out and being able to talk to people. So talking to people is one of those things. And when it comes to talking to people, I want us to also yeah, I all so we beka na asem chewa mesrewo ni dio. Take it seriously. The fact that when say unye why say no beka say oh na say die unya don't call your crass it me honam me hu eto na me su to man say no it's something they are going through and in our culture sometimes I know it's hard yeah bibia say there na tipo which is helpful because say there is good but if we take things so lightly sana afenipa no kokuni hu we na say yes oh akoroka so kokuni sana na yampa na so kasa okoye se no sana yampa yema enu honoma sana ye take nipa ni serious so unwa ne beka chewa na say odi agro so onye yo you need to take it seriously nti achire muye bibia we na even so odi agro now say you did your best na ankoye se mi hu yanka yesi mi hu yanka ni adro ti mi hu yanka de nipa no ka asem now because it takes a lot. Sene there can one for music ni na ba nipa maako mienu bi na asem ba oyeden or catch mu and for somebody to have the boldness or even just able to come and talk to you and say oh onya say na ekoso no say you should actually feel privileged say nipa ya eden abekasa asem ya chemiti no we shouldn't take it lightly just serious about it and be able to help them out.
Wow, thank you so much, Ebusia, for until in case of people reaching out for a food to be an answer going through BBA, send an infant to me in now.
You can definitely reach out to me on my Instagram way. My name is just my full name, Portia K. Amayao, and that's for my Facebook and Instagram and all that. You can reach out to me there now. If any conversation, I'll reach out to you and also I'll point you to the right direction. I do know people. We have people who are already licensed psychologists, MDs and stuff that will be able to help you out. But I'm not there yet. But as far as conversation wise, certain things, life experiences, I'll be able to help out as well.
Okay, thank you so much. When you say that I best I so Asia you already na your time no. Echo baby pa. Enti me da masiye pa nya me enhwa mo.
Na me wa efutuo ba ko etwa ambezem de ma aye nyina se.
Okay.
Adwuntofo no adwuma aye no te se asofo adwuma pepepe.
Okay.
The only difference is that we don't take any pay monthly.
Okay.
Nti edu ba bia na uhu se adwumtuni bi ewo ho no okọ ha mu a ben no na one ne nkasa sisi am ne wo kasa minimtuni bi a me moni din oto odo ho nyom kama pa de ho Ghana si e ko bi oto odo nyom na ye fe oka ho bi.
Okay.
So obe na mi table so na yere de ne divorce you know odi abetro na we di aba also oto odo ho nyom ha itimi si enti your life no privately no dey hu na bonten no ya na nsusu ye wo.
Okay.
Enti se bi ba adwuma ye ne se yes ye be ma public na ni aka nti aya se yasem ba omonto mbo ase.
Okay.
Omoncha ya de nsusu if you say to da bia na ho kire wo ho.
Okay.
Na nsusu adwumtuni e ogina stage nti be ka se bia o iskani so na onyi skani.
Sure.
Mesre mo na bibia ba omo technical.
Okay.
Am I see the party se won ya.
Okay, you better yebo ama mo pa nyame enhira mu nyina. Menim say den ya yebesa so ehia bi for another topic.
Yeah.
Nyame enhira yen. Ebusia eha ene did the topic on the mental health of musicians no. Ebesi menim say we sua niam bebre. Yen open up some ba some pemu a yen bo omo. Na yen ma ya no so enda. Na obi so kwasa tibia ni mu so a bompa ye mano na hye ni kran na yin se nyame ka ho abibia ebeye yi da sende ye be san so ehia biom ye koi na me sure so be follow yen e wo yen various social media platforms ne so we are Gospel 101 on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook and Instagram. Da sende onyankopon ya adoma ye be san so ehia biom till we meet again another time. Stay blessed and stay safe. My name is Evelyn Selassie. Bye bye.
Do it for the Lord, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Oh, Yankupon, Dibu Hinda, me picture, oh, na me tuntum, oh. Sanjay, awa Jiminti, ama Sandina, Betty Wunka. Oh, my, sorry, no dada. Oh, don't go for they will hit me picture food and me to move. Who see me food? No, I'm a time for any oh, my, sorry, no dada. This my life, I dey live not by might. God dey inside. This your life, you dey live not by might. God dey inside. Everywhere I dey go not by might. God dey inside. Ooh, everything I dey do not by might. God dey inside. Even in my dark times, you will go with me. You've shown me too much love.